What's up, everybody? How you doing? Hope you guys are doing well. It's a Saturday, and we're hanging out, and I'm tired. I'm really tired, man. My buddy, I don't know if you can obviously see the stream title. I was some very scary stuff going on at the Tim Cast compound last night. I believe it was last night. I had to look back at. I've talked to a few people that work there, and just scary shit, man. And that's not even like the biggest point of what I wanted to talk about, but I'm gonna talk about everything that had happened in detail. But um, it's unbelievable the people on there that are. I don't want to use the word cope. I think it's cringe because everybody freaking uses it. But there's no other word. Just coping that it didn't happen, unless we see like a GoPro on the shooter running around. It just didn't happen, right? Because no one would ever assassinate or attempt to assassinate someone they believe to be, on the extreme right, regardless or not if they are on the right, right? No one would ever do so. We've never seen anything like that in recent history at all. So I'm going to go through all that, and there's a lot of insane posts that I'm going to debunk in 1 second because I've been to the Timcast compound 100 times, and by 100 I mean like 6 times. And disclaimer: they are the most gracious and welcoming people I've ever been around in any professional environment. They're always super nice. They're just awesome. They're awesome people. I mean everybody involved. A lot of people don't have the perspective of what actually goes on there. There's a lot of people that work there, and they're all the nicest people in the world. They always hug me when I get there and make me feel like a part of the family. And I'll dive into that a little bit more to make sense of that. But yeah, we're going to jump right into the actual shooting. So we'll see what goes on here. But big shout out to Derek Huda. I love you. I appreciate you, dude. Thank you for your membership. We're a fifth of the way to Naked Snake from Billy with $100 super chat, man. Thank you, brother. It says, it's crazy Tim had a shooter near his compound. I didn't think this happened before, but at least he had protection of the gate, and that guy, the regard out there. Sucks Sydney Sweeney apologize. Yeah, we're going to talk about that a little bit too later. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you, brother, for the $100 super chat. I really appreciate that, dude. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Always coming in strong for you, boy. Thank you. CKY Halo. I'm so high right now. Rest in peace, man. That's the reason. Well, there's a lot of reasons I don't do anything like that, but also one of the reasons is because I don't enjoy it, man. Like I tried like something in like 100 years ago in Las Vegas, and it was a terrible experience. I was like, no thanks, never again. Just felt like sick all day or all night, really. All right. So first and foremost, let's jump right into what is going down and what exactly happened, because I know a lot of you are probably interested to see what exactly happened. So let me zoom in. All right. Slagla says the girlfriend just gave me the "it's not you, it's me" speech, finishing off a bottle of rum. It's so over. Show the Goomba. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Amen. The "it's not you, it's me" probably means she wants to partake in playing the field, right? Yeah, who cares? Fuck it, dude. Like, the best thing you can possibly do is focus on yourself, man. Focus on yourself, because the only affirmation you need is yourself, and that's all you need. You don't need anybody else's affirmation. You don't need anybody else's approval. You just need yourself's approval, and that's the most important thing that you could ever have. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Mist says, supporting our boy. Thank you, Misty. 26 months. All right. Okay. So first and foremost, Tim posted this today. He said, last night, a vehicle approached our property and opened fire. No one was hurt. Our security team is reviewing the incident and will be relaying the report to the appropriate law enforcement. This is the price we pay for speaking out against evil. And you got to ask yourself something, like, regardless or not if you find yourself on any side of the political aisle or whatever have you, right? This kind of behavior, first thing, without throwing in the rest of the information, this kind of behavior is just unacceptable. Okay, you're never going to have a dialogue in this country if you have, for lack of a better term, schizo autists trying to take shit into their own hands because they were radicalized by some dumbass forum or Reddit, right? And what that boils down to is you have forums out there, you have Reddits and shit, Reddits, subreddits and whatnot. And sometimes I'll click a link and I'll find myself in one of these places. And the first couple of posts I see are about individuals fantasizing about shooting and killing the creators they don't like. These are individuals likely usually living in the US that openly fantasize about murdering people they don't know based on probably affirmation within their group and also based on their political alliances. And sometimes not even the political alliances. They just hate them because they're creators or public figures and they want to kill them. And I don't understand this. And now I do understand that this is entertainment for a lot of people. And I also understand that these people are likely LARPing and kind of circle jerking in their own forums or Reddits, right? They're just having a good time. I'll kill it. Yeah, I kill this. I kill him. Yes. But there's a handful of people on these Reddits. There's a handful of people on these forums that are autistic enough to not understand that it's a fantasy and not understand that it's LARPing. And they'll go do that because they think they're impressing their little group they're trying to get affirmation from. That's the one out of every 10,000 people that are in these kind of cesspools, man. That's what's going on. And they'll take this shit into their own hands and think they're doing somebody a justice when in reality, they're breaking from the actual LARP in whatever communities they're inside of, right? And they think it's their job to kill people that they might not even disagree, really, when it boils down to it. They just want to impress their peers. They want to impress the people on their forums. Or take it a step further, it could be because conversations are starting to delve into things that are not really allowed to be conversed about right now or ever, right? And PS2 Chopper with 20 gift memberships. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, dude. Love you, my man. Thank you. Thank you, PS2 Chopper. Big shout out, my brother. I appreciate you, dude. You're a man. You're a man, dude. Thank you, dude. We'll come back and chat on that. I love you. Sorry, guys. I'm low energy. I don't eat carbs at all right now, and I've lost a lot of weight, and I can barely function. I'm getting rough, but I'm pushing through. I got another 4 weeks, bro. PS2 Chopper says, there you go with the word artistic again. Yeah, 100%. I'm not, look, again, look inside yourself and understand I'm not talking about just people that have autism. I'm saying there are people out there that suffer from social skill development and high levels of autism. There's a handful of them out of thousands and thousands and thousands that might find themselves on one of these message boards or one of these Reddits. And they don't know the difference from fantasizing with the other members of the Reddit about killing creators and politicians. They can't separate fantasizing and upvoting it. They can't separate that from actually doing it. And there's a handful of those people walking around in each area. And those are these people. That's all I'm saying. Would you ever do that? No, I don't think you would. Is it because you have autism? No, I don't think that I think it's more prevalent because the social skills and the affirmation is desperate. And when you don't know, when you're not really keen on, wait, are we pretending? Have you ever noticed how when you're on Twitter or if you're on any kind of message board or whatnot, and you say a joke that's obviously satire, and there's people laughing at the satirical joke, and then there's somebody that comments thinking you're serious and tries to debate you about it or correct you, and you're like, yeah, fam, this is a joke. I don't know if you realize this. This was a joke that I just posted. Like, can't understand sarcasm, can't understand jokes, immediately aggressive, right? That's what I'm talking about. Those are those people. And the vast majority are suffering from some sort of autism because that's where autism leads you. I had an autistic friend that I used to work out with a lot back in the day. I couldn't tell jokes or I couldn't be sarcastic in front of him because he'd be like, wait, what, really? And I'd be like, no, what the fuck? No. What? Like he would literally every time be like, really? And I'm like, no, bro. Being sarcastic. And he's like, oh. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyways, no, my dad wasn't in World War II. He's 50. He's like, what? What? All right. Anyways, that's not really the point. Anyways, I'm saying it's more prevalent. So That's what happened. Somebody showed up at Tim's compound. So this is pretty cut and dry. Okay. Now, first and foremost, I know there's a lot of people that are saying it's not real or whatnot, and people are totally allowed to have their opinions on that. I know a lot of the people that are involved in this production. I'm friends with a couple of them. Like, I talk to them pretty regularly. They're really great people. And I talked to them today, and they told me exactly what happened and how some of them are really afraid. And it happened when they were outside and the gunshots were outside and they were standing in the parking lot and shit. You know, people that don't have any like political gain or financial gain or even clout at all, because they're not even on social media really, that are telling me exactly what happened. And they were like, holy shit, it's crazy, right? And then there are the people that are like, well, I don't know Tim personally, or the people personally, or the show personally. Therefore, it's fake because everything I see online is fake, right? And that's not the case. And I'll give you an example. When I got swatted, I used to get swatted a lot. And last time I got swatted, I pointed the camera at the windows of my bay room because I'm on the third floor of my house. And you can just see lights everywhere. Because there was like 2 or 3 fire engines. There was like 12 cops or 10 cop cars and like 2 rescue vehicles or 1. I can't remember now. It's been years. And I pointed it and I went and talked to the police and I talked to the firefighter. And then they were like, okay, I understand. And they left and we ended up laughing about it. And I came back to the show. Well, the vast majority of people, probably everybody actually, that doesn't like me, says I faked that. And they went a step further to claim that I paid the police to show up. So here's my take on this. A lot of people are all asking, we want video. We need the video right now. Here's the issue. If Tim does provide security footage of this, what is going to happen? Every single person right now saying it's fake online will say the video is fake, or the person that was shooting is paid, or the car is paid, or it's one of his friends. Does not matter what kind of evidence he presents. And I want you guys to really, really look, if you're one of those people, like, look inside yourself, because you know that to be true, right? You know that to be true. It would not matter what Tim provides. People will continue, the same people will say, well, it doesn't matter. The person's fake. They're paid off. The gun was fake. Everybody's fake. It was all bullshit. So he can get some attention, even though his show is still getting 500,000-600,000 between Rumble and YouTube, doing great, right? That's what's going on here. So it doesn't matter what he provides. The same people saying he's a liar will continue to do so by moving the goalpost slightly further every time. The guy that did it could be arrested, and they'll claim that they paid the police to arrest a guy. It doesn't matter what you provide. You know what I'm saying? So at any rate, and Holly brings up a great point, or use the video to find where the property is. Yeah. Geolocate that bastard. That's something Tim wants to avoid all day. He doesn't want to invite more people out there for that. You know? Anyways. Let me continue. I know there's a lot of chats coming in. PS2 Chopper, 20 more gifted memberships. Thank you, brother. I love you. Big shout out, buddy. Thank you. It's 40 memberships from PS2 Chopper today and 1 from Derek Kuda. There's that 41. Thank you, brothers. And we're at 106 out of 500 on Naked Snake. I am still negative on YouTube, unfortunately, but I'm getting really close. So every super chat really helps get towards that positive mark where that YouTube wrecked my ass on. So thank you guys for that. I love you. Thank you, PS2 Chopper. All right. So at any rate, so to catch up, last night a vehicle approached Tim's property. They opened fired. No one was hurt. The security team is aware, reviewing it, sent it to law enforcement, and this is the price we pay for speaking out against evil. Now, I would like to point out something. How come every single conservative, apparently, who is labeled a Nazi and evil, is the ones getting fired upon for their speech, and the people on the other side that are throwing all these labels out never have anything happen? You don't get shot at because you're wrong. You get shot at because There's an element to truth to what you're saying, and people don't like it and don't want you to spread it. They don't want you causing more awareness to your logical plan and your ideology. They think it's dangerous to theirs. Dangerous, how so? Taking power away from them. That's not what they want, right? They will kill you over it. That is the difference. Okay. If people on the that are perceived to be on the right, because Tim Pool's not even on the right, right? He kind of finds himself in this weird Tim Pool area, right? Kind of like me, but still, I would consider myself a little bit more conservative. But people perceive he's on the right, because keep in mind, if you're not on the left in every single way, shape, and form, and every belief structure possible, as radical as possible, you're on the right. That's how these things work on social media. So that's why they're calling him right-wing podcaster shooting, right? Claims, because they don't want any validity to it, right? They don't want any validity to it. Now, what happens if something does go down, though? And I'm going to move on to the next point that Tim brought up. But what happens if something negative happened to another conservative podcaster, another conservative creator, or politician, or whatever have you? It looks like people are more targeting creators now, right? What happens when that bullet connects? We've all seen it. What happens when the bullet makes its mark? What happens? There's no evidence of this happening. I don't believe it. Okay, I guess it happened, but he deserved to die. That's the fourth step. Right? So we come full circle. So all those people saying, well, I don't believe it, no matter the evidence presented, it's because they want them to die. That's the whole point. They don't want to slow down the attempts. They want to speed them up. Right? So, anyways. Let's continue. Billy says, yes, the obsessed regards always make it bullshit reasons and excuses. And it's kind of pathetic to see also, will you do fight milk with egg whites? I mean, I can't drink alcohol right now. So it would be a very lame fight milk. But yes. Yeah. Billy, thank you. Techawee says, love you, Cody. Don't tell my wife. Oh, I'm telling her, brother. I'm telling her immediately. Okay. And that's kind of the point with Charlie Kirk, right? Charlie Kirk had several swatting attempts and stuff like that. And there was a lot of people out there, well, that was never happening. That never happened. And then he gets shot, right? And then suddenly it was, well, I guess it happened, but he deserved it, right? That's the end of the evidence, right? Or the end of the line of thought, anyways. But anyways, let's continue. Trump won. Wanting evidence before belief is not a negative. Tim is a Jesus. You don't need to have faith in. You don't need to have faith in anything, Tim. What does that mean? Wanting evidence before belief is not a negative. It's not. No, I agree. I completely agree. But there's a perspective that people don't have. And that's what I'm trying to bring to the audience. Because I know the 99.8% of you guys in here are not creators. And you have no perspective on what I'm speaking of. If you present evidence to people that already hate you, this works in almost every avenue of public life, if you're a public figure. But if you present any evidence, the people that already don't believe you will say the evidence is fake. It doesn't change anything. Creators know this. Hence why creators, the larger they get, the less they respond to silly allegations. Because it doesn't matter what you say. They'll just be like, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. So that's my point. Right? Anyways. All right. White Monster. Oh my gosh. PS2 Chopper. Oh my God. All right. Let's move on to the next one. What reason do they think the story is fake? Brett Axe. What reason they think the story is fake? Because they don't like Tim. Now they'll give other reasons for it. And maybe those reasons have some validity. I don't know. We're gonna jump into it. But as far as I can see, it's going to be well, number one, don't like Tim. Therefore, he's a liar, right? And I'm going from the creator perspective because there's people out there that hate me. There's an absolute metric fuck ton of them, and they'll make up stuff about me, and I'll never respond on it because there's no point, like I said. And they will say they hate me because I'm a liar. What am I lying about? I don't even fucking know at this point. They'll just say I'm a liar, and people will be like, "Oh, what are you lied about?" And no, they'll have to make up something on the spot. Oh, because they don't really. They're just saying it because it's a parasocial like hate, like circle jerk, like I was talking about before. Jason VY2Js. He's in a rural area, isn't he? Random drunk poacher. I don't think so. No. I don't think so. No. Thank you, Jason. It's a very nice area. It's very, very pretty. Anyways, thank you guys. Appreciate you. We are one pink and an orange and a gold boy away from a rainbow night. So next, Tim says, my immediate thoughts is someone was trying to scare us, but we have a security gate and armed guards, and it's possible this deterred something more serious. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Imagine if Tim didn't have a gate. Like, he has a big security gate, and he has armed guards. Right? Now, a lot of you don't know this because you've never been there, but he does. Really does. You know, when I get there, we have to go through the security line. We go through the gate, and there's armed security out there for good reason, right? And I know everybody likes to just memory hole Charlie Kirk and all this stuff, and memory hole any other creator that's been killed or assaulted or attacked in any way. We like to pretend like it's not real, and they don't actually need all these provisions. They don't need security, blah, blah, blah. They're just afraid. And I'm very strong as an anonymous person on the internet that has nothing going on and has accomplished nothing in life. Therefore, no one else should be protected because I don't care enough. No, that's gay. Water Event says you never need to explain your position because your friends will always listen. Yeah, 100%. Again, like I said before, the only affirmation you need is yourselves and your friends, right? Don't ever feel like you need to prove anything or be responsible for owing anybody an explanation that has no bearing on your life and doesn't know you, right? Anyways. I like the whole Scamelot thing. Yeah, man. I don't even remember what that was about. I don't remember what the Scamelot thing was about. Oh, it was because I wrecked my car at Daytona like 5 years ago. And I couldn't afford to repair it. And I did a GoFundMe and I repaired it. And it worked out. And they were like, you stole. And I'm like, no, what? That was a funny one, though. Billy Hatcher says, Tim is smart to have armed guards and a gate. And he's very prep YouTuber. Glad he thought about this shit. Oh, well, he knows. Tim's very intelligent and very, what's the word? Has a lot of forethought about these things. So he knows. Thank you, Billy. Holy Ozone, it sucks to hear this happen. Yeah, people will just say nobody died. So it's no big deal. And even if somebody did, there would just be conspiracy, right? Thank you, Holy Ozone. Appreciate you, brother. There's the gold boy. It showed up. It showed its head. It reared its head. All right. So let's move on to this point. Because I have a lot of points, guys. A lot of points. And I gotta put a disclaimer out there. I love Tim Pool. You know, I'm friends with Tim Pool in real life. I've hung out with Tim Pool several times. He's extremely, and I know this sounds a little gay, but he's an extremely honest dude. Whatever he would say to me to my face, he would say to people on camera. He's the same guy. He'll sit back and just hang out with you and relax. Very, very honest guy. Everything he's ever told me in DMs that he was going to do, he's always followed through. He's always taken care of me in any way, shape, or form, like in racing and whatnot. He's just been super damn cool. Right? Like I went up to the compound. I didn't even know I was going to be on the Timcast show. And he's like, you going to be on the show? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, sit down. And I'm like, well, shit. And then I was just on it every day. I didn't even, and he just was like, yeah, dude, you're awesome. Come on the show. And I'm like, well, hell yeah, dude. I'll do it. You know, I'll have fun. And there's no reason for him to have done any of those things. He just does it because he thinks of me as a friend, and he's, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know that side of the whole deal. They don't know anything about that. They just think they see the camera doll, and they don't know how to differentiate that from a real person. Like I said, for a lot of this is just entertainment for people. None of it's real, right? But at any rate, this one's from Naomi Sept. Naomi Sept. Where's she at? Sept. Sorry, her name's interesting. Sept. There's a $50 from Charles. Thank you, brother. It says, keep it up. Show must go on. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Mr. Charles Sampson getting us almost halfway to Naked Snake. And we're an orange boy from a Rainbow Knot. It is rolling. Dude, there's something in my eye. I'm freaking dying. All right. Anyways, let's stay on topic. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I love you. I love you. Thank you, brother. All right. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pink boy on deck. Charles on deck. Show must go on, brother. All right. So next up is Naomi Sett, who was on the program. All right. She said, I left Tim Pool's studio just before he and his team were subjected to a potential assassination attempt. The show was one of the most historic episodes in the cultural war with Nero, who is Milo Yiannopoulos, and Tim had a conversation that could take down the system. Charlie Kirk was only the beginning. So that's where I was talking about before that, conversations are starting to creep into areas that some people don't care for. And when I say some people, I'm not talking about the audience. So things are getting very interesting right now, right? And it seems like when these things start happening, bullets start flying, right? Now, I can't begin to know what the motivations are, and I can't begin to know who's responsible, right? But I know someone is capable because of their either their thought process or for other nefarious reasons. So this girl was there. This girl is a witness to all this. Okay. Now let me move on a little bit more. We're going to move on a little bit more. So this guy right here, and look, I'm not shitting on any of these people. I don't know any of these people. I'm just pulling up random tweets. Okay. Because I know there's some people that I follow that I am friendly with that don't believe Tim and they're angry about it. And that's fine. Like, not throwing shade at any of these people at all. I'm just saying I don't agree, So anyways, it's this guy, Owen Benjamin, on Twitter says, Tim Pool is full of shit. There's no way he has security guards, and I doubt he even has a gate. He's just a lying kook who wants attention. Is this satire? No. So, yeah, immediately, you can tell that. Remember what I was talking about before when you have people that just say stuff and they have no perspective and they're just angry. And whatever you say as response, they'll just push the goalpost a little further, right? So I'm here to tell you right now, as somebody that's been to the Timcast place, there is a very large gate that requires security, and there's armed guards behind it, as there should be. I don't know why anybody would expect anything less. There are also security cameras every damn where. You're not getting through there without getting unnoticed, right? Tim runs a very large operation and talks about some spicy subject matter. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, obviously, this guy is just saying bullshit, probably so he can jump on the bandwagon and get a few likes. I totally understand. So, people correct him immediately, and then he follows up saying he may have guards and a gate. When he said our property, I assumed he meant his house. Sneaky little fuck. See, so this is just one of those guys. It's one of those guys, like, recently I read somewhere that somebody wanted to shoot me in the face. Right? Now, it's not scary when I read these things. I see this stuff all the time. But I saw on a thread where somebody wanted to blow my head off. Obviously, they're not going to get in trouble for that. They might not even be in the country. I don't know. Who cares? Right? That's one of these people. So at any rate, he says he thinks it's bullshit. His investors probably see how they bleed money to Candace with the France assassination shit, so they made him do it too. Billboards aren't cheap. He doesn't have guards and gates at his house. That's what I was referring to. How does he know this? How does he even know where his house is? I can tell you he's wrong, by the way. Just very strange stuff. Moving the goalpost. I do not slag list. I don't know who this person is. No idea. Nope. Don't know. All I know is there's people I've muted on. Was that supposed? Maybe it does say he's a comedian, but like saying like you're full of shit and I hate you and I want you to die. That's not really a joke. There's no punchline. Probably why he's a failed comedian. I'd imagine. That's what I would say. But at any rate, let's continue. One of those people, right? This is probably why on every one of his responses he's getting like 1 like, and the guy that responds gets like 500. You got to say, look, the mob. I don't believe in mob rule. But like if you get like 1 like on your reply, and the people that aren't even you on your original post are getting 500, you're probably fucking wrong. Just saying. Now, a lot of people, they relish and revel in negative attention like this. You know what I'm saying? I think a good example of that is iDubbbz. You know, I think iDubbbz is a good example of that. Like iDubbbz specifically tries to be as gross and cringe and awful and cuck as possible because I think he likes it. He likes the humiliation. Same thing with I think Review Tech has a little bit of that, right? Now, but when Review Tech is being sharp, when he's back on his game and he's sharp, he's really sharp. But then he like kind of fucking falls off the wagon for like a month. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. You know. Owen's been on Tim's compound before he was a zeitgeist. I don't know what that is. A few years ago, trying to bankrupt Patreon. Interesting. That's a different compound. That's not the same one. Anyways, that's a different one. No game. No, it was an attempt. People were like firing on his property. Zeitgeist equals paradigm. Oh, damn, I'm glad I know that word too. Bro, you can't be saying this shit in front of me. Need I remind you, I'm a redneck man? You saying paradigm? What the fuck does that mean? What does paradigm mean? I'm not a smart man, though I am a man, at least. At least there's that. Yes, yeah. Thank God for that. Anyways, let's continue. Social undercurrent. Oh, what does that mean? Sorry. Adult and Tired says, why don't they say it was a drive-by? Because they're white and it's not 1994. Paradigm equals 20 cents. All right, I'm done with y'all. Paradigm. Oh my. Oh, I'm not reading the chat anymore tonight. Y'all are just fucking with me now. I ain't got time for this shit. All right. Anyways. And I'm going to bring in some more of like some personal stuff to how I can both by your paradigm mean big deal. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. And Art knows how to dumb it down for my dumbass. Thank you. Paradigm means a new normal. Oh, okay, now everybody's crazy. Camelot's basically literary. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy my book coming soon. When the art's finished. All right, because it's I wrote it. Keep in mind, I wrote that shit. All right. Anyways, thank you guys. By the way, almost halfway to Naked Snake. One orange boy from a rainbow night. Thank you guys. All right. So here's another one. It says, many believe that the podcaster Tim Pool faked the shooting at his property last night because almost 3 years ago to the day, Tim claimed he found a 9mm bullet lodged in his kitchen. Both circumstances came one day after Tim claimed his numbers and reach were down. This seems to be a trend, but what do you think is going on? As of right now, 3 p.m. Eastern, Tim Pool's property shooting, no photo evidence. Why provide any? No shell casing. Why provide any? No police report. Why provide any? No surveillance bullet, no bullet holes, no evidence. Right. And again, we have people with no perspective on how creators need to operate in this realm to survive. We have people with, quite honestly, no perspective on it, trying to govern how everything should play out. So they'll be satisfied. Again, if we go back to this, if Tim provided photo evidence, shell casings, a police report, surveillance video, and bullet holes, these same people would still say he's lying. There is absolutely no reason to do so. Creators know this at a certain once you get into a certain size, creators understand this and they don't care anymore. Right? There's no point in it. Because it just gives people more fuel to keep talking about something that they don't really understand. Right? Why don't they provide evidence? Well, what if he did? You would say it was a lie. Doesn't really matter. Now, people would say, well, I would look at it, object it. No, you wouldn't. I'm sorry. Everybody understands how the social media game works. There's a reason why there's people out there that are very successful at social media and people who are not. It's because the people who are not start arguing with their comments once they start getting 5 comments on a video, and they turn people off immediately. And they also get involved in 10,000 different controversies because they don't know how to just ignore people. Right. And then there's people on the other side of the spectrum that are extremely successful, and they don't do those things because they understand it's futile, and they don't owe random faceless anonymous people that have nothing to do with them or their success or their family or the people they love an explanation. They just don't. I'm sorry. WAF. Zeitgeist equals collective consciousness, the skinny, the 24 hours news cycle, the Overton window, what people are talking about, the scuttlebutt. Yes. Thank you, WAF. I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you, WAF. Fur fan, how you doing? 53 months. Oh my God. I feel like it's been longer though. Yeah. Thank you, brother. All right. Let's continue. Let us continue. And also a good point to bring up is also you're not going to be given any evidence during an active investigation. So. Anyways. Okay. Anyways. Does VW release body cam video from the police? Maybe it will be on YouTube. I have no idea. Oh, WV. Thank you. I understand now. Okay. I understand now. But keep in mind, I was on Timcast a couple weeks ago and had a great ass time. And I talk to these people in DMs because they're really nice people, good people, and they keep me updated on certain things. And a couple of them specifically told me exactly what happened, when it happened, and how it happened. And these are other people that have no clout to gain, don't have really social medias at all. They just do their job that they're paid for. Right? Now, here's what you have to accept. And one of them's the schizo option, which people will totally take. And then there's the reasonable option, right? The reasonable option is something went down, no one was hurt, and thank God for that. And we need to bring awareness to it and make people understand that this is not the way to forward any kind of discourse. All it's going to do is make people more powerful, right? You know what I'm saying? So, that being said, the schizo option is you have to accept that every single person involved, every single person on the payroll, Tim got them together and was like, we need to make this big lie, and I want you guys to all be in on it. Right? Tim doesn't even talk to a lot of these people on a daily basis because they're all working in different areas on his compound. Right? And we're expected to do that, right? Just believe that, oh, well, he got them all together. We're going to tell this elaborate lie, and I hope none of you flip on me, even though he does lay off people and hire new people from time to time. Right? But no, that's the schizo option. The schizo option is you paid everybody. Right? Thank you. Right? Ashman, what in the hell are you talking about? You just said not to say anything. Now you claim it needs out. What are you referring to? Are you referring to we need to bring awareness to these kind of situations and make sure they don't happen anymore? Do you are you deaf in both ears or just one of them? People are ridiculous. I agree. Billy says, for the naked snake, also, I'm not surprised people can make up bullshit over the shooting. Well, that's what people do, right? I am a baby tiny creator. And anything negative that happens to me, people say I make it up. Doesn't matter what evidence. Does not matter. You claim he doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Well, I don't understand the point. He doesn't need to. No. It doesn't stop people that hate you and say you're lying from them just continuing to say the same thing. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Billy. One orange from a rainbow night, and we're almost halfway to Naked Snake. Can you believe it? Why do I keep deleting the damn dash? All right. Anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. All right. Let's make music together. Oh my gosh. And to bring up something very similar, um, Thumbist, no Thumbist, they wouldn't do that out of probably legality because of harassment. Far too much. All right, it's not fair. All right, it's not fair. Just to bring up another example of this is stuff like this. Keep in mind, I've had people show up to my old house and other places. I never really talk about those things other than these things have happened before, right? When I get swatted, I don't make a big deal about it. I just this thing's happened, right? Because if I delve too much into it or talk about it too much, people would just be like, "You're a liar." That never happens. Swattings aren't real, right? No one would ever swat you, right? No one would ever swat Tim. They don't do that. No one would ever fire at these people. No one would ever do that. And then when it happens, what do they say? Those same people, what do they say? Oh, well, they deserved it. Yeah. So there's no point. There's absolutely no point. All right. Something similar happened to Benny Johnson recently, where he says, "This man showed up at my home where my wife and children live. He was ranting about me and went door to door in my neighborhood trying to find me, terrifying my neighbors. We believe he was armed and fled before the cops arrived. He then explicitly and publicly threatened the lives of Matt Walsh and his wife and children." Keep in mind, when I was talking to PS2 Chiper earlier, just bringing it back to that conversation, there are people out there that have no concept of reality when it comes to creators. They don't think they're actual people. So there are people out there that are capable of connecting their online work or persona with these people, and then they'll show up and try to kill them because they think they're doing some kind of service, because they're taking their entertainment and becoming radicalized parasocially, either positively or negatively. That's the issue. People can be parasocial. Now, I don't know if parasocial would ever be exclusively positive. I think there are some positive aspects of people that really, really support what you're doing. But it's overtly negative, because people that decide that they hate you, 1 out of every 1,000 are capable of dangerous things. Whether it be something going on in their own life, or they're mentally unwell, or they don't know the social cues to be able to differentiate reality, LARPing on a forum, to doing it in real life. He recently showed up at Cat Turd's home ranting and raving about me and Matt Wall. See, this is like literally one of those guys that's doesn't come out of his house for a year because he thinks people are watching him. It's like schizos like that. Thank you to the FBI and the DOJ for investigating these threats swiftly and arresting stalker Andrew IR. He was clearly spiraling in a very dangerous way. I don't like to speak publicly about this kind of stuff because it involves my family and their security. I'm sick over it. A lot of creators don't like to speak publicly about these kind of attempts on their life, because all it does is excite the negative base to not only signal boost it, but claim it's negative, or claim it's not real, or claim it's a lie, and encourage other people to do so. Right? This is the guy, by the way. 5'7", 190. My boy is a thick boy. My boy's a thick boy. You know what I'm saying? My boy's a thick boy. All right. Beep, beep, just got here going back to start. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Have y'all seen the gang stalking subreddits full of these people? Reddit needs to be banned from the planet. Reddit is, I think, now there's a lot of informative stuff on Reddit and a lot of helpful stuff on Reddit, but it's overtly negative and needs to go. Reddit has given, for some reason, somehow, Reddit has given people that don't have power nor deserve any kind of power this weird facade that they do have power. And when they realize they don't, they sometimes react violently. Right? I used to go to Reddit all the time. There was cool shit going on. You could have conversations on Reddit. Now I remember when Elon Musk purchased X, Twitter, every single Reddit, even the porn Reddits, brother, my favorite porn Reddit, r/BBC. No, no. Even the porn Reddits, I saw this all over X, had like, we do not approve of Elon Musk and X links. He's evil and a Nazi. Like, even the porn Reddits had that stupid bullshit on there. How silly. How silly. Yes, that's where I go to get my moral compass. I need to get my moral compass realigned. Let me go to r/, what is it? Grip. I forgot the name of that one. One of my buddies talked about it. We were at the gym. It's like grips. It grips. Looks like it grips. I don't remember, man. you might know what I'm talking about. You might know what I'm talking about. No, it's grip. I don't think it was called that. It is that. That's the subject matter, but it was funny. It's a funny name. It's a funny name is all I'm saying. Okay. All right. Anyways, that's a classic. Yes, very good. It's my favorite. But at any rate, even all those Reddits had that stupid Elon Musk bullshit on there. No one gave a damn. So silly. Who gives a shit, right? So silly. And I feel like that's when we kind of understood that this was all bullshit, right? And Reddit needs to go because for some odd reason, Reddit openly allows people to like plan assassination attempts and like openly like talk about murdering people. Now, there's a lot of forums that do this. Trust me, I saw one a week ago that somebody sent me a link to, right? Like a week ago. And it was talking about like killing certain creators. Like just killing them. Like and fantasizing about killing them. And I'm not exaggerating at all. I'm actually underselling it a lot. They were like in describing in paragraph form how they wanted to kill like a certain creator and their whole family, by the way. Why? You tell me. No one knows. Probably because, well, they're a liar. Well, why does that mean you need to kill them and their family? Well, it's because you're getting affirmation from the other people in this forum or this Reddit that are agreeing with you. All of those need to go. They need to go right now. Because once people separate themselves from these forums and these Reddits, they'll maybe be in a family or their friend group and they'll get radicalized to something else, like maybe Halo 3 or something, which is a much better thing to be obsessed over. You know what I'm saying? But everybody's desperately searching for affirmation. Grippy socks, grippy bogs. What is that, Fauci? Is this a new one? Oh my God. DM it. No. No. Sean says, what I never get is why death is the first choice. Doesn't fix anything. It's just avoiding rational thinking and the problem solving. Well, it doesn't start there with most people, Sean. It's it starts with small things like prank calling, or you can't really do this anymore, but what they used to do is they would send what they used to do to me all the time, like every day. You guys remember if you used to watch my streams like 2-3 years ago, I would get people just constantly sending me Chinese and pizza, like food, cash on delivery. Right. And I would be like, I didn't order this. And they would be pissed off. And I'd be like, no, I didn't order this. Sorry. Right. They would do that all the time. And then the same person started getting me swatted because I was ignoring it. Eventually I ignored it. I just started ignoring it. And my roommate would just tell them every time they would come to the door. So there was no reaction there anymore. And the guys wanted a reaction. So they started trying to get me swatted. They call the police on me all the time. Right? It's the same shit. Now, luckily, I'm less famous, so that doesn't happen as much. Thank God. Make sure you guys like the stream, please. Thank you. And don't forget, we are one Orange Boy Super Chat from a Rainbow Night and halfway to Naked Snake. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys so much for all your love. I really do. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Anyways. But this kind of stuff will continue to happen, and people will just keep pushing the envelope and saying it's fake until it's not anymore, right? Right? They'll just keep saying it's fake until it's not. And then once it's not fake anymore, they'll say, well, he deserved it. Same thing with Charlie Kirk. They did that. That's and people are way more brave about it, right? Because people kind of slowed down on it because people were getting fired over it. Now that's kind of gone away. Now people are coming back with the Charlie Kirk thing, and several of these anime profile picture accounts on Twitter just tweet about how happy they are Charlie Kirk's dead, right? And they get 100K botted likes, and all their PFP anime friends are agreeing with them, right? Because they're trying to be edgy 12-year-olds, you know? But at any rate, Milo Yiannopoulos says, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, nothing happened. There was no crackdown. Nothing's been done about left-wing extremism. No one lost their jobs. It was all talk. The moment Trump is out of office, we're all dead. And if you bring that back to purely like more of a political perspective, a lot of these people will be arrested. Like conservatives will be arrested, because that's one thing that you can say about the left is they will arrest your ass. They don't give a fuck. They will make up some charges and throw your ass in prison. Right? That's what they do. So, anyways, let's continue. Mr. Clean says didn't happen. He's no Charlie Kirk. Explain to me why you know it didn't happen. We'll get Mr. Clean's evidence on how it didn't happen and why it didn't happen. Since you apparently know Tim Pool. Let us allow. We need more evidence as well. So let us know what you know. All right. Anyways, oh, Sydney Sweeney. I'm so sad about Sydney Sweeney. Damn, what a sad time to be alive. Anyways, we'll keep going. Anyways. People are saying he's a Candace sip. I don't know anything about the beef thing. I haven't been keeping up with that as much as I probably should, maybe. You know? But that's me. All right. Thank you, Mr. Clean, for the question. What happened with Sydney Sweeney? Oh, she groveled. She finally kind of basically apologized and groveled. So you know Tim? Yes. I'm friends with Tim in real life. Yeah. Of course. Why do you think I'm talking about this? All right. What's up, Muffy Dragon Slayer? It's an interesting name. All right. Says right here, Aaron McIntyre says, I would say that we've escalated to the terrorism against conservatives portion of the revolution, but it's clear we've been there for a while, and yet somehow there's still plenty of conservatives who refuse to acknowledge the obvious and the attacks they do. Yeah, they just call it fake. They're still doing it. They just call it they call it fake until it happens, and then they say you deserve it after it happens. It's the social media. Man, look, I've always kind of held the belief, I've always kind of held the belief that what's up, Diecast Driven? That I don't think that more needs to, I don't think the internet should be policed in any kind of way. Right? And my opinion on that is changing as time goes on. The more time that goes by, the more I'm starting to, unfortunately, I feel like, looking back, I'm changing my opinion on how overtly free the internet is and should be. If you asked me 6 years ago or 7 years ago that should we get rid of Reddit, I would be like, no, what the fuck? Of course not. Right? Now, if you ask me that now, I say, yeah, we need to Control-Alt-Delete that motherfucker right now. 100%. When things start to actually happen, and there's a mental illness in this country is skyrocketing, which is attributing to these things, in my opinion. I think most would agree. I think that these people don't need a place to congregate. Right? When I scroll through Ultimate N says I don't agree. Well, let me explain more. So when I scroll Ultimate N through forums and I see my friends, people I know in real life that I'm friends with, that I've spent a lot of time talking to and getting to know the real person, not the person behind the camera, That's my biggest point about this whole stream is people don't understand the perspective of real people. This is all bullshit for them, right? This is all entertainment. This is a football game. So here's my perspective on that. I'll go to a forum or a Reddit post, and I would see friends that I'm friends with in real life, and I would see multiple users fantasizing about shooting these people in the head and killing their whole family in very, very graphic detail, gouging their eyes out while their children watch openly on these on Reddit and shit. That should be nuked. That should be thrown into the sun forever. Because giving people somewhere to congregate and fantasize about that stuff, 1 or 2 or 3 people are going to be capable of doing it. And they're going to take it too seriously through their mental illness. It's too much, and it's something that's escalating, and I think it's something that needs to be culled a little bit. If you had asked me this 5 years ago, I would have never said this. But when I start seeing this stuff, it's not policed at all. It's not even remotely policed at all. Mods don't take care of this. They let it happen. The fucking mods indulge in it and join in on it. That shouldn't be a thing. Right? Give less opportunities for people to congregate in areas like this and give them more opportunities to congregate in more positive areas. I think that will prevent thousands of things like this. That's my take on that, right? And I'm not saying overtly police the internet in every way, shape, or form, but when you have forums and like Reddit threads and stuff saying these kind of things, they need to be gone. What's up, Allied Cloud? How you doing, brother? You know, does that make sense? I feel like that's reasonable, right? Anyways, Billy with a goal boy. Hey, Snafu, thank you, by the way, buddy. Billy says, short form content ruin the attention span of people, and everybody spends too much time on the internet these days. I barely play online games these days, and just small groups in Discord. Discord's another good example of that. There just needs to be either eradication of certain platforms, or there needs to be hyper moderation of certain platforms. At least something like that. I think that would be the best course of action. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Billy. I appreciate you. Love you, Billy. Appreciate you. One orange boy from a rainbow knot and halfway to naked snake. Oh, my God. That doesn't immediately Oh, I agree, Ken. 100%. But it could. Here's a good example, right? I'm not religious, but I listen to a lot, and I mean a lot, of religious-based like talks or seminars. I don't know why, but I love hearing scripture and hearing it expanded upon and what it means by pointing to other scripture. I love that shit. I'm not even religious, but I enjoy it a lot. You know, that's probably what I spend. If you saw my shorts feed, that's 100% of my shorts feed. And I don't know why. I'm not even religious. I just really enjoy hearing it. It's like weirdly positive and uplifting for me. And that's like that whole angle there. You get 10,000 or let's say you get 1,000 people together in a seminar and you're speaking the word of Christ. Well, it's never going to change anybody's opinion. Well, it'll give 1,000 new people information. 2 of them will start to think about it. 50 of them will think about it a lot more and become interested in listening to more of it. And 10 of them might get brought to Christ that way, which I think's positive. Now, I'm not religious, but I do think that's a positive thing, right? And that's what I'm saying. If you can save 10 to 20 people at a time to prevent stuff like this, then I think that's worth it. That's all I'm saying. Anyways. Okay. All right. How you doing, Chatty? How you doing? It is 100% Ken Rods. There's almost no way to prevent it, but I think there's measures that can be taken. You know? So. I agree, Horde. There's not a good answer, but there's not a black and white answer, right? That's all I'm saying. Like I know a lot of people would disagree with that point, but there's not a good answer. And I think the answer is more moderation, better moderation, not allowing overt death threats and fantasizing about killing random people on Reddit. I think that should just be a thing that's gone. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we should completely censor the entire internet. I feel like that's going really far, and I don't agree with that. Woff says, new Cody channel. Thoughts on God? Thank you, brother. All right. Another situation like this is Matt Walsh saying, yes, this guy made very graphic threats against my children and my wife. Keep in mind what I just said. A week ago, I clicked a link and went to a Reddit thread that one of my buddies sent me about one of our mutual friends who's a content creator. And there was just people in the thread talking about fantasizing about killing him and shooting him and killing his kids, killing his wife, killing his kids, killing everybody. These people, they make violent threats like this all the time, and there's nothing being done about it. And the only time we say something should be done is when somebody dies. And I think that's where we need to pull it back a little. I won't repeat or post them, though others have. We get a lot of threats. It's getting bad out there. People are becoming completely unhinged. And it's 100% the fault of media. Read a headline. Every headline's insane now. They're absolutely insane to drive click-through rate. They are freaking insane. It'll say stuff like, you remember the one about Trump and the Epstein files? Where it was like Trump's name appears in Epstein files. And then if you actually read the article, his name appearing is like an affidavit or a sworn testimony saying Donald Trump does not appear in the Epstein files. And what they did was they took the fact that it said Donald Trump does not appear, Donald Trump, saying that Donald Trump's name came up in conversations about a testimony about the Epstein files. And they put that in the headline. And it radicalizes people because no one gives a fuck to research at all. Right? I get it, man. Like sometimes I read a headline and I'm like, oh shit. But I always think, I'm like, oh, I got to read this. That's what I do. I need to read this first. I do that all the time. And sometimes I'm proven wrong and sometimes I'm not. Right? But at any rate, Ken Rod says, I like that Cody deals in reality of most things being in a gray zone and not black and white, measured thinking, sparks, measured discussion. I think that's a good thing. Yeah. That's the one thing I try to do, even though it's hard sometimes, you know? Yep. BPP. Where'd you go? I see Chai T says, test. Will YouTube let this go through? Major Tom. Thank you, Chai T. I appreciate you. YouTube did let it go through. Thank you, baby. What's up, Mad Sicilian? How you doing? All right. Moving on. It's diabolical. It's just diabolical what's going on. What is an Epstein file anyway? I like that. Shit, I don't even know anymore. I'm confused. I sure am confused. That's all I know. I'm also my brain is like cloudy and it hurts. I'm on a no carb diet, and I shouldn't say no carbs. It's very low carb. It's like less than 80, but I take in less than 40 usually. And I am dying, bro. Thank you, Chai T. A good point right here. You know what I would think's a good measure to take ultimate end? Ban anybody that has an anime profile picture or a furry profile picture. There you go. That'll fix a lot of things. John Rain says, being far right in 2025 just means having the same views as 99% of all humans who've ever lived. You're not far right. You're just normal. And I believe that to be somewhat true. And more from a perceived way than a literal way, right? People that are hysterical online, I can tell you I'm pro-choice. And every time I say that, people are like, what? Yeah. Sure am. Right? I support gay marriage. Sure do. And people are like, wow, cool. I've been called a libtard for that reason. Right? But I also share a lot of information that comes from the other side that I also support. There's a lot of things I support that are all over the spectrum. But Since I don't overtly support all left ideology, that means I am a far right Nazi. In the case of like parasocial social media, in my opinion. Hayden Wayne, man, I swear I saw you in the chat yesterday somewhere or the day before because I like your profile picture because it looks like fire. Like, I'm a simple man. He has a pink boy on doc. He says, I, for one, think internet and not anonymity is extremely important. The founding fathers couldn't have ever posted their federalism papers without anonymity. However, the places that promote and allow violent threats to be posted should have to stop it. 100%. I agree with every single point. I agree with all that. I agree with all of that. When there was a controversy where VTubers they were being forced to show their face for some kind of like verification process. VTubers, by the way. And I don't support that. I think anonymity is important, right? But I also think if you're actively on a US server, US website, fantasizing about killing content creators, it should be taken seriously and removed. That's all. Thank you, Hayden. I love you, buddy. We're officially 230 from Naked Snake for the 541st stream in a row. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. All right. We're getting there, Hayden. We're getting there. VTubers are all men. Yeah, it is. So those that are just now joining, I know a lot of you are just now joining because I see them. I see the chats popping. This is my channel. How you doing, buddy? So last night, midnight or something, which is like when when everybody kind of wraps, you kind of leave. Last night, a car pulled up to the CAMELCAST compound and opened fired on the compound. Okay. No one was injured. Okay. Luckily, you know, as I've been there and a lot of people have been there, luckily there's a really large security gate and there's a large security fence and he has armed security. Right. So if he did not have those things, things could go a much different way. Right. That's the scary point or scary part about all this is, you know, if he didn't have those things, then it could be a very devastating outcome. So I'm glad he has all those things. And I think it's very smart of him to have all those things. Now, the other point to this entire situation is there are people online that don't have the perspective of a creator, and they also know what they're doing a little bit. A lot of these reply guys on Twitter that have like 100,000 like followers from being hysterical all day on Twitter 24/7. They know what they're doing because they're asking for video. They want to see survey. And keep in mind, the way they're posting this is not in a concerned way. They're posting it in an angry way. Like they preface their post with Tim Pool is making all this up and he's a liar. Therefore, I want video evidence. I want body cam footage and I want all these things, right? A, Tim Pool doesn't owe anybody an explanation. That's number one. You may think you are owed an explanation, but sorry, Richard, you work at Walgreens. You're not a part of this. That's number one. Number two is any evidence he provides at all, does not matter what it is. It could be a police report. It could be a mug shot of the guy. It could be video of the car. It could be a video of a car pulling up and the guy saying, I'm going to take fire. I'm going to shoot the tip and just start blowing off rounds. And those same people making posts about it will say he paid those guys and he's a liar. They won't take the explanation. They won't take the evidence. They'll just say it's a lie. A lot of people learned this several years ago. Creators learned this several years ago when somebody would throw allegations at them. The creator would be like, oh, cool. Well, I can debunk this immediately because I'm me. And then they would try to do so. And 30 more people would pop up saying, oh, well, he made that up and he's a liar. And also that evidence is doctored and isn't real. You can't win with people doing those things. So you just do what? Creators understand this. You do not engage. You don't engage. Because no matter what you say, they'll say, I don't believe you. You're a liar. And if you give them irrefutable evidence, they'll say, well, you just paid the police. You have the police in your pocket. Therefore, you're a liar. Does not matter what you provide. And I know people in the chat would be like, no, I disagree. I would no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, because I've already seen people in the chat coming at me sideways about it. You're not coming at me objectively about it at all. I don't fucking believe him. Yeah. Well, you're not going to, because you already don't, and you won't. Doesn't matter what's provided. You won't believe it. And that's why people usually tend to don't engage if they're large creators, because there is no winning, so they don't engage. Why would you win? Why would you engage if you can't win? Right? That's number 2. Okay. Anyways. Mike Hunt. The answer is individual websites and RSS feeds. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, Mike Hunt. Holly Movie Star says should be federal crime because chats cross state lines. Yep. Holly Movie Star, appreciate you. Oh, snap. First time since 1945 Hoosiers Big Ten. F Ohio State. What happened? I missed something. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. I missed something. I will say, and keep in mind, I want you guys to watch. People in the chat, if there's anybody here that disagrees, overtly disagrees. I have talked to people that work there. People that don't have social media, no financial gain nor clout to gain from this situation. I have talked to them, and they've told me what happened and how it happened and how scary it was. Right? They've told me these things because I know a lot of these people in real life. Real life, real people. So yes, it's a real thing. But people will hear me say that, and they'll be like, well, you're making that up too. You're a liar. You're also a liar. Everybody's a liar. Everyone's a liar. Everyone's making everything up at the same time in unison, right? And if I showed all the DMs and the text I have, you guys would be like, well, you made those up. You lied. They're all fraudulent. You just made them up on Paint for some reason. I used Paint. Why? I don't know. Right? That's my point. That is my whole point. It's my overarching point of all this. Chai T says leftists use Darvo tactics: deny, argue, reverse, victimize, and offend. 100% Chai T. Thank you. Darvo. I need to remember that. Darvo. All right. Anyways, thank you, Chai T. Appreciate you. Let's continue, guys. All right. Making some ground. Paint's still the best editor. Shit. Bro, I use Paint Booth Psy. That shit's awesome. I'm real good with Paint Booth Psy. It's basically Photoshop. I never knew that one day I would be this good at those programs, but I got real good at them. Make sure you guys like the stream. Almost to 400, and we're 220 from Naked Snake. Oh my god. Steph says they're committed to misunderstanding you. There's no reason to engage in it. Yeah, like I said, like you can't win. Doesn't matter. So who cares? Like, right? All that the creators are worried about is the same thing you're worried about. It's just you don't see them as you, nor do you see them as a human. Creators are worried about their employees, the people they care about, and their family. They don't care about anybody commenting on these posts. They don't care. Creators are a lot like you guys. I know this is crazy, but they tend to only care about their family and the people they love and the people in their circle and the people they have relationships with. So when you're offended that you have an anime profile pic and for some reason this creator of massive size just isn't responding to your allegation and you're owed it, you need to take a step back and realize, would you owe somebody an explanation that you don't know? And you would say, well, no, of course not. There's your answer. I love how I always shit on anime PFPs. Look, I don't have a problem with it. I don't mind it. I'm just saying, every time I see somebody freaking out on Twitter, they have an anime profile picture. If you're based and you have one, that's also super cool. Okay? That's fine. Self-entitlement. Well, that's our generation, man. Like late millennials, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. But we think we are owed everything and an explanation for everything all the time. For any situation that ever occurs in anybody's life. We are owed an explanation. It's like, I don't even know you. They're like, it doesn't matter. You owe me. Right? And that's when you go to these Reddit threads and you see people wanting to gouge people's eyes out. of creators they don't like, you know? And you think to yourself, why do they feel that way? Well, the creator betrayed me, Irikias. The creator betrayed me. Well, how did they betray you? Well, they made a video saying that they didn't like Resident Evil 4. They betrayed me. Now I spend my time on Reddit talking about killing their whole fucking family. That is not an exaggeration. That is how these things start. It is unbelievable how these things start. And that's how they do start. Stupid shit like that. Well, this creator has a beef with another creator that I like a little more, so therefore I hate them unconditionally. Because these people are parasocially captured. This is entertainment. This isn't real life for them. I agree, Joe. 24 forever. Mike. Billy. It's a rainbow night. Billy says it's sad so many people refuse to believe in evidence. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You show them evidence, they deny shit. Oh, yeah. And we noticed that years ago. Right? Where people would start bringing up evidence to certain things. And the people that would see the evidence would just say, well, it's a lie. I don't believe the evidence. So everybody took notice of that. People need to understand there's a reason why the things that they do have no power anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why there's no power. Okay? Things like racism doesn't work anymore. You can't say the word racism and try to get somebody in trouble. No one cares. You used it too much. Same thing with misogyny. Same thing with the word Nazi, which is surprising. No one even gives a fuck. Call them a Nazi, no one cares. Right? No one cares. Even your liberal friends don't care anymore. Right? And it's starting to get into dangerous zones where people are overusing like PDF and shit on everybody. So now it's starting to lose power, and I don't think it should, but it's going to. Right? Every tactic that these people bring out is being overused, so much so that it doesn't work anymore. So now creators don't owe you an explanation anymore. They're like, well, it doesn't matter because you're being dishonest. And they know that, and everyone knows it. Right? Anyways. All right. Anyways. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Anyways, rant over. Let's continue. I'm worn out, boys. I sure am tired. The diet's kicking my ass. I always forget, like once you get over like 5 weeks into a diet, like a low carb diet, you just start melting. I'm like, I sleep 12 hours and I can barely get out of bed. But it's going well. It's going real well. I'll show you a progress picture later when, less people are going to want to be interested in that. Less people are interested in that. Where I see a green boy come up. Justin, what's up, buddy? Says donation for Cody. Love you, man. Heading out for tonight. Have a good one. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Justin. Is there gonna be another veiny photo? Yes. There will be more, and I'll be even more veiny. 195 till Naked Snake. We're rolling fast, boys. Fast and hard. Fast and loose. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate you, brother. So if there's anything you guys can take away from this, if you start feeling any one way about a creator, negative or like overtly like positive, like you just want to go to their house and surprise them, you need to really reach in deep. You need to reach real deep and be like, what the fuck am I doing? Right? If you find yourself in the comment section of a creator every day when they release a video saying some crazy shit, like in the moment, catch yourself and be like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? Right? It's I think that people are more capable than we think. It's just people are just getting so captured by these things that it's starting to get hard to get out of. Right? So anyways. Oh. Oh, oh yeah. Anyways, Cecil was going to stream me loud. Good. Yes. Yeah, Trav, I don't get it. Joseph says, what if the creator is saying crazy stuff? What do you mean? Give me an example. A creator operates in a free market. Keep that in mind. You know, a creator operates in a free market. A creator will make more money or less money depending on how likable they are and how crazy the shit they're saying is, and how true it might become, right? Or how entertaining it can be. Look at Alex Jones. Alex Jones is more so an entertainer than anything else. Extremely quick, witty, and funny guy. Also wild as hell. Kind of retarded, right? So, but anyways. All right. But then you have people that are constantly in chats, constantly in the comment section, are constantly on X, constantly on Reddit, and you can actually tell this. Like, use this experiment for yourself next time you're scrolling X, if you're like reasonable, right? And you see somebody like Schizo posting hard. It's usually as a quote tweet or a reply to a creator, right? Go to their profile and go to their replies and scroll down. And you will see that they operate 24/7 in this extremely huge negative psycho schizo state 24/7. Why do they do that? Well, it's because they lack something in their own personal life. They lack some kind of interest or passion or even something as little as a hobby. They don't have any of it. So they put all their time into that. And they end up, when you put all your time into social media, you end up being radicalized by social media and headlines and other creators that are battling with each other. And then you align yourself with whatever creator you support through likability or ideology. And then some of those people find themselves overtly dumping themselves into that negative realm. And then there's a handful of those in the country that are capable of violence. That's what happens. And I think the most obvious answer is they're just fucking bored. And they lack fulfillment and they lack affirmation and they want it desperately. You know? This is my channel. Says, my question is, if you're a crazy leftist, why would you waste your shot on some weak fence sitting Israel like Temple who just waits to see the wind blows first? Well, because they don't see it that way, right? Now, I don't agree with what you're saying, obviously, but they don't see it that way, right? They don't see Tim as that. They don't see Charlie Kirk as that. They don't see any of these creators as what you're saying. They see it as something more dangerous, or maybe they're going through something in their lives, and that's a way out. That's a way for the ultimate affirmation, right? So that's how they see it, right? Mike Hunt says, does this mean we ain't friends, Cody? No, I don't think we was friends. Absolutely not. Oh my God. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you, brother. No, dude, when I first started streaming, probably about a year into when I was streaming in 2020, I became one of the highest super chatted channels regularly in the entire US. My dumbass, with like 500 viewers, was regularly beating like corporations and super chats. And this created a pretty dedicated group of people that wanted me fucking dead. So that's where the swatting started and all that stuff. All that stuff started from that point. Why? Right? It's because people were angry that I was making a living on YouTube or in content creation. Now, 98% of that, maybe 99% of that is born out of incredible, violent envy, which sucks to say, but that's what it comes from, you know? And now there's other motivations, there's like 1% of other random motivations, but that's the biggest motivation. It's because people want to do that. People don't support them like that. They don't think you deserve it, and they hate you for it, right? I don't think I deserve it either, right? But I'm not going to refuse it because I ain't insane. You know what I'm saying? Western Civ says, touchdown. Breaded. Art the Clown, I can't believe you're talking about being parasocial on my channel. What's up, Western? How you doing, brother? How you doing, brother? But yeah, that's just how it works, man. The same type of people will pay for Netflix and they'll pay for Amazon Prime and they'll pay for their NFL subscription. They'll pay for all these other things that are entertainment. But the creators don't deserve it, you know? So that's how it's always been. So unfortunately. But anyways, let's move on. I'm going to bring up a progress picture of my diet here soon so you guys can hopefully compliment me. I was like, can you guys please compliment me? And everybody roasted me. And I was like, oh, thanks. I guess I'll just die then. Which actually is a good thing because it motivates me to continue, you know? It motivates me to keep on keeping on, baby. Keep on keeping on. You know, and that weirdly ties in. I know this is a very strange tie-in. But this weirdly ties into the whole Sydney Sweeney thing. What we were talking about earlier with Tim, like random people online are like, I'm owed evidence. I'm owed an explanation, brother. I am owed. My name's Richard, and I'm owed. Right? I'm not involved in any of this, but I'm owed an explanation. Right? It's that weird entitlement factor that Sean was talking about earlier. Same thing's happening with Sydney Sweeney right now. Sydney Sweeney made the bad choice. So Sydney Sweeney, obviously everybody knows she did the jeans ad, right? The Wrangler, what was it? No, it was American Eagle, I think. Jeans. She did the American Eagle jeans, and for some reason, some like hyper psycho leftists claimed that it was like Nazi propaganda. Therefore, she's a Nazi because she says I have good genes. Why does she have good genes? It means two things. One, she has good genes on because they're made by American Eagle. Number two, she's hyper attractive. Therefore, her parents have good genes. That's the two things. Right? Well, this is how it was spun. They claimed that it was Nazi propaganda saying that the good genes are white genes, brother. Now, no one made this claim other than crazy ass psycho people on the left, right? Usually fat women that are like 50. I don't know what it is. But anyways, so that happened. And Sydney Sweeney was being based as hell and telling people to fuck off. She didn't care, right? So, let's move on a couple months. She apologized basically today. Finally. And guess what? Everybody that was angry at her for not apologizing, when she apologized, they said, I don't care. She's still a Nazi. That is why you don't engage. Just like we were talking about with Tim Pool. Just like you're talking about with any creator. You don't engage. Because it does not matter what you say. If you apologize to the mob, they will consume you and laugh and call you weak for doing so. Right? The people in my chat right now asking for evidence. Doesn't matter what you provide. I could provide all the DMs from the people on staff that I've talked to and asked if they were okay and what happened. I could provide those. Same people in the chat would be like, well, I don't believe it. Does not matter. Doesn't matter. Right? Number one, you're not owed a fucking explanation. I don't know you. You are not a part of my life. Number two, you wouldn't believe it anyway. So who cares? Right? And all that does is piss these people off even more because they know that's true. People, for some odd reason on social media, are so parasocially captured that they think that they personally are owed an explanation. My name is Philip. I have 4 followers on Twitter. You owe me an explanation. And when people say no, they get fucking pissed. Wait a second. What do you mean I'm not owed an explanation? Look in the mirror, Philip. Who do you think you are? I'm me. I'm owed. Turns out the world doesn't work that way. And that just pisses them off. You know? Shade Fire says, the only thing they need to engage with in these kind of situations is the police. 100%. Agreed. Stay strong, Cecil. Thank you, Western Civ. We're 189 from Naked Snake. Oh my God, it's gonna happen, boys. We're closing in strong. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh my God, look at that. We're there, man. My life survival rule is to never sign up for social media. That's a good choice. Yeah, and you'd be happier as a result. I have to do social media because I get paid by Twitter, I get paid by Instagram, I get paid by Facebook, I get paid by YouTube, I get paid by Rumble. So I'm like, fuck. I gotta do it. And I enjoy it. But you have to be of a certain headspace to do social media on a bigger scale than like trying it out. And streaming to like 5 people and like playing some games. Nothing wrong with that, but that's not the same thing. Once you get over 80 to 100 viewers, things change, right? And you have to understand how to operate through the schizos that find themselves in your community, right? And sometimes they'll love you. I have seen people that are, God, Camelot, you're so awesome. Thank you so much. You saved my life. You were there for me during COVID. It was so awesome. And then suddenly a year later, I just really haven't seen them in my chat. And I'll just be on a random video and I'll see them. It'll be a video like that mentions me at some point and I'm evil. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I'll see in the comments, guess what? There's that guy. There's the guy that messaged me and said, man, thank you so much for saving me. And I messaged back and I was like, dude, thank you. I appreciate you reaching out. In the comments, agreeing and saying I'm a piece of shit, scamster, fraud, and they hope I die. You want to know what happened? The guy didn't watch apparently one of my streams where I gave a date for some event and he didn't get to like come to it. Therefore, he hates me now and wants me dead. I didn't even do it. It wasn't my fault. Had nothing to do with me, right? So that's how that works. That's how these things work when you're a content creator. I have seen people start hating me because another person in the community started hating me. Therefore, they just did what they did. You'll see 2 people leave and 2 people show up. It's fucking weird, man. This whole world is very strange. Anyways, let me show you a progress picture. I gotta post it though. Hold on. Where's my phone? Oh shit, I don't even know where my phone is. Where the hell did my phone go? Well, shit. Oh, I know where it is. I know where the picture is. I sent it to Art. I hate loving you. You listen here, Zach. You shut your mouth. How about that? That's a potato. No truer words have ever been spoken. Internet is not reality. You're 100%. It really isn't. Am I not share? Don't share this. Stop sharing. Okay, cool. Don't share this. All right. I'm gonna show you a progress picture. I need validation just as much as everybody else. Okay. Come on. Come on, load, you bastard. God, why do I talk to Art so much? I'm gonna scroll up and shit. Fuck. No Goomba on YouTube, brother. No Goomba on YouTube. Shade Fire says, I watch you and other creators because I like entertainment or news or whatever. The parasocial thing is legit confusing and scary as fuck. It sure wig me out. Yeah, I mean, you get used to it as a creator and you kind of learn how to navigate it. But people don't have like. I feel like as a creator, you have to think in nuance. If you can't, you're going to suffer, right? Like there's been people in the chat disagreeing me and like just saying random kind of schizo shit like that don't really mean anything. And I don't hate them for it. I'm not mad at them. I understand what this is for them. I understand that this is entertainment. I understand that they have zero perspective of what is going on. They have zero perspective of what it's like to be a creator, what it's like to be somebody at Tim's level. Tim is like one of the number 1 creators in the world. They have absolutely no perspective on that. And they're reacting to it as if they do. And it's very, they don't know how to react. So they do what they normally do. And they just go towards the, everything's a lie. Everything's negative. 100% of the time. So you get what you pay for. Oh, Absent Mind, what's up, brother? Says, hey, amid all the various bits of drama, you ever pull down the secret P-up clip? The search is still on, sir. Happy hunting. All right, let me pull up this progress pic. All right. And we're 189 from Naked Snake. Oh my God, we're 20 likes from 400. Damn, boys, you guys are hot today. You're on fire tonight. Everything on my side is looking all right. It's the Pow Power Original B-Boy Traditional. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Close that. All right. Okay. My face is so much thinner now. It's wild. I'll just pull up the tweet. How about that? Where my tweet is. I feel social media has permanently burnt out something fundamental in humanity. I've believed that for years. Shadefire says it really is the next step across the same way people do about Hollywood celebs and rock stars. It's that a lot of creators don't have cash. Oh yeah, 100%. I'm right there with you, buddy. I got the empty stomach hiccups, and they're gross. They're not cool. All right, boys. Thank you, PS2 Chopper with 10 gifted memberships. Oh my God. Thank you, buddy. In honor of PS2 Chopper, please like the stream. Love you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, PS2 Chopper. Appreciate you. Love you. All right, here's the post. Here's my progress pic. Enjoy. This is me at 180 pounds. Can I zoom in? Nope. Can't zoom in. Very, very sad. Can I do this? Yeah, there you go. I just hit 180 pounds yesterday. I have 10 more pounds to go. We're going hard. The diet is kicking my ass up and down, left and right. But we're doing it, and we're having a good time doing it. And I can't wait. We got 5 weeks. I got roughly 5 exact weeks to finish it out. And then I'm going to reveal the abs. They're already there, but I'm gonna get them really cut. And my goal is, and I know this is cringe as shit. I know this is cringe, boys, but my goal is to be in better shape every year of my life the older I get. So I'm going to be 36 years old, and I want to be in the best shape of my life. And I want to be in the best shape of my life every single year. And that doing this diet adds extreme like structure. It adds it gives me drive, it inspires me, and it gives me hyper structure in my own life in every avenue of it. So I approach everything very, very committed. Does that make sense? And this diet every year makes that happen for me. It like it rewires my brain to like be committed and not take days off and not be lazy. Right? Thank you. Oh my God, Rakin. It's a post-workout pump extra. It doesn't count. Listen, Rakin. Don't be jealous of my shred. Okay? All right. Kevin Root says, how many crazy people you think Markiplier runs into? Oh, he probably ignores all that. Like I said, when it comes to being a very high performance creator, the more secluded you usually become. You'll travel less, or when you do, you'll stay in your hotel room. That's what a lot of people do when they get to a large size of a creator. You just stop doing things, right? Thank you, Rakin. Irukayo! Shoulders could always be bigger. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Okay, I can still bench 375. What's up? Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Irukai. I love you, dude. An orange boy from my big shoulder brother. What's up, Darth Black Star? How you doing, brother? Tell that to Ricada. Aw. I've been trying to get him to go to the gym every day. Go to the gym, Nick. Go to the gym. Go to the gym. You know? Thank you, Eric Eyes. Love you. Dark Danger Zone says self-improvement as part of an ongoing life goal. You crazy boy. Well, a lot of people just say I'm stupid, and they say dieting is stupid. A waste of time. I had somebody recently, I told somebody recently that I was going on a hypercut diet, like I always do. And they're like, dieting's stupid. That makes no sense. Like, wow, just dumb. I'm just going to be happy. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's probably why you look like a goddamn Teletubby, bro. Thank you, Darth. I don't think he'll do that, Zach. I grew up poor in the South. For me, I had way bigger priorities to dive into rather than what a celebrity said. Yeah, 100%. Well, you're bringing a really good point up, Shadefire. Likely, a lot of these people that act this way grow up in upper middle class areas and upper middle class families, and they divert all their attention into these things to find fulfillment. I don't think it's any illusion at all as to why people that grow up wealthy usually end up like in the death like addiction clutch of drug use. Every one of my rich friends growing up are like hyper drug users. Why? I think it's because they don't really know how to search for fulfillment because they never had to acquire it. When I was 15, I got a worker's permit and worked at Piggly Wiggly. My dad forced me to do so. I grew up in a trailer park, obviously. So it was the small wins. My first paycheck was a big deal. Small wins. And I kept looking for the small wins my entire life. And sometimes the wins would get bigger. And that's all I searched for. And that's what the diet is for too. I'm trying to get myself a win in the off season to make myself continue wanting to push forward. You know? I only want to hear pain and gain, brother. Oh. Well, exactly, Darth. And that's the point is when you're a kid and you get a brand new Corvette for your 16th birthday, you didn't do anything to get it. You just have this cool thing now. Whereas when my first time I bought a 64 Mustang, 64 and a half, and I restored it. And then I bought a 68 and restored it and drove it around. I felt so damn proud because there was like hundreds of hours poured into this vehicle I'm driving down the road. And it made me feel good. When I get the distributor timing right, God, it makes me feel good. When I dropped my engine in my race car and I got it fucking firing off, made me feel good. Right? Damn, I did this shit. That's awesome. I started to find out more and more that I can do anything I want to do. I would have never tried dropping in an engine into a car. One day I said, fuck it. My engine blew at the last race. I'm putting a new engine in. I did it myself. Me and my dad did. And I did it. And I was like, holy shit, I can actually do this. You know? Seemed impossible before I did it. Oh, I do not, Abe. How you doing? Ooh, that smell. Can you smell that smell? 10 likes to 400, boys. I got a Dodge Caravan. I got a F-150, 1993 F-150 long wheelbase that didn't run. Distributor timing, by the way. So, Billy says, I've been spending less time on social media in the past year or so. I do think social and streaming. I do that social. Streaming in Discord. Oh, you're getting your social from, yeah, that makes sense. From streaming in Discord. Thank you, Billy. Somebody said, I missed it. Oh, it was Ally Cloud. So you still in the hole from YouTube? Yep. Unfortunately, but I'm making my way out. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past. A 56 bug. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. Art says, Camelot's right. Unless you earn it, you won't appreciate it. That's why I appreciate the living hell out of these herpes. All right. Okay. Oh, my God. Hell yeah, Derek. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you said you were leaving, baby. What's up? You still here? How you doing? What's up, Reese? Yeah, dude. I mean, I know it's like a really silly ass thing to say. It's really cliche to say. But like if you don't actually earn a thing, you really just don't appreciate it. You know? So it's I know it's like ancient white people proverb or whatever. You know, like I don't know. I just it's true, man. It just really is. All right, anyways, that's what I look like as of yesterday. I got 10 pounds left on my diet, and I should be the most cut I've been in, I think, about 10 years. I think this will be the most cut I've been in 10 years. So wish me luck. I got 5 weeks. 5 weeks left. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, what happens is good. Chai T says, screw it. If Sydney Sweeney won't do it, I'll be the white woman unashamed to be blonde and blue-eyed. The attractiveness is subjective. Hell yeah, Chai T. Well, yeah, she screwed the pooch, and she finally bent the knee to the mob, and they consumed her, and that's what's going to happen. I do not, Abe. I don't remember. This sounds familiar, though, Abe. I'm more of a profile pic guy, though. Like, I remember profile pics usually. So, thank you, Chai T. I love you. Appreciate you. You know I was going to leave, but you're way too fun. Oh, thank you, Derek. I love you. Did you break the weight loss plateau? Yeah, I was 183 for 2 weeks. And then I finally dropped to 180 as of yesterday. And my goal is 170. My goal was originally 175, but I think I'm going to extend it to 170 because I think that's easily possible. You know what I'm saying? I feel weirdly inspired this time around, so I'm going to keep pushing. Last time I got to like 181. Now, granted, I started at like 210, and I kind of trailed off my diet at 180. So I'm already there right now, and I'm going to push way past it. It's watermelon, Gabriel. I got a truck and a Miata. Hell yeah. What about strength? How much is it dipped? I can still bench 375, but only for one. Where I could do 395 for like 3. So it's not much though. Default orange H Hayden Wayne. Well, hell yeah, brother. Thank you, Abe. I appreciate that. And Mr. Dingus. Thank you, brother. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff coming, man. I've been putting out a lot of shorts and they've been doing really good. Had a lot of good viewership from it. I think the last 2 months have been my highest viewership for a while, and that's because of shorts. So I'm going to keep putting those out, and I'll put normal videos out too. But the shorts are so easy, bro. I can like tell a 60-second story and post it, and it does better than my videos. And I'm like, well, this is wild. It's the new age. I talked to a YouTube partner manager recently, and they told me start making shorts right now because YouTube's only going to focus on shorts because YouTube makes way more ad revenue per minute versus like normal videos, I think is what they said. So I was like, well, I'll start doing that then. We'll see. Yes, Mr. Zolo, Tim and CAMELCAST and all the crew are safe and sound. Somebody pulled up outside of their like security gate and started like opening fire. And there was a few people standing outside from what I know. And luckily everybody was safe. But it's a very scary thing, and I'm very thankful that he has security, he has gates, he has all that. So that's very, very good that he has that. Because these people are insane, right? So hey. You put shorts on TikTok and Insta? Yep. My shorts do really good on Instagram. TikTok, they get like either 200 views or 0. TikTok's weird. I don't know how TikTok works. I haven't opened TikTok but like once in the last year. I opened it like 3 days ago to look at like stuff, and one of my shorts, my best short on YouTube right now, has like 3 views on TikTok, and I was like, well, shit. All day. I don't even know who that is, Art. Yep. Make Asylums great again, 100%, dude. 100%, brother. These people are absolutely insane. And these kind of things keep happening, and they're going to keep happening unless something happens. Like I said, I think the best thing is to have more moderation on these weird websites and Reddit threads where people openly fantasize about killing content creators all day. Oh my gosh, Art the Clown. Jesus Christ, brother. I can't, man. It's too much. It's too much. The country needs Jesus. I can't disagree with that. I do think that the best course of action is I think Christianity and Jesus can be a positive. Like if people treat it that way, a lot of people are searching for something, man, and they're desperate for affirmation. And I would rather them pour that into religion than to pour it into a psycho ass Reddit thread. Hayden got my channel 600 subs. I haven't made a video since like May. I've been too busy with work, but I can't talk for less than 20 minutes. I have no idea how to make short content. I'm too long-winded. Yeah, dude, that was me when I first started. My first video I ever did, I had to record it like 4 times because it kept being an hour long. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And it was still very bad. It's like one of my biggest videos, and it was terrible. It got like 1 million views like immediately. And I was like, how did this work? This is a terrible video. Thank you, Hayden. I appreciate you, brother. $120 from Naked Snake closing in on the end here. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Kevin Root, that's a good point. An internet detox facility for sure. Yeah, I'm going to Tennessee here in like a month and a half, month and a week. Um, because my diet will be finally basically over, and I'm gonna relax, sit by the fire, and I'm not gonna be streaming or anything. I might stream one time. I did last year, like at the very end. I streamed one time. So, what's optimal time for? Yeah, 1 minute. I think is the optimal time. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your orange boy. Love you, dude. Thank you, my boy. In other news, Nick Sorto was attacked at an ICE protest in New Orleans. Let's take a gander at that. Let me pull in my headset real quick. Hell yeah, Trev. For you. Oh. In my time, there'll be no one else. I ripped the cords out of my headset the other day because I got up. He got attacked like a month or two ago. Well, I mean, he's out there, man, and these people, violence is just accepted. It's just violence is just accepted now, and it's because the media is completely encouraging it. Right? The media is totally encouraging the living shit out of it. They want violence. Right? I mean, look at the entire left media when Charlie was killed. There was pundits on the panels saying that, well, his rhetoric brought this. They are encouraging it. They want it more. They want it more because it's beneficial in several ways. They'll gain more power, perceived power, and they'll get more viewership on their programs. You know? All right. Ooh. This is so quiet. Yep, dude grabbed him. Yeah, that's what happened. If somebody grabbed my ass, yeah, you're getting hit. Like this guy grabbed him right here. He has his hands up, grabbed him, boom. That's what you do. Like that's what you do in that situation. You just start swinging, motherfuckers. My happy ass would be slapping with closed fist. Right? We'll find out if I hit hard that day. Billy says I prefer long form content over brain rot. Listen here, Billy. You need to remove slop from your fucking vocabulary because you say AI slop so much, and I'm tired of your slop. Okay, I like slop sometimes. I want to be slopped. Come on. I find shorts annoying as a YouTuber. I used to watch, stopped doing long form, went straight to shorts. I haven't watched them in years due to that. Yeah, well, unfortunately, creators are having to adapt to short form. Right? I mean, you're noticing several creators are starting to live stream every night. They're adapting because that's where everything's going. It's live streams and it's shorts. So that's what we got to do. You know. Now there are people that can be successful by making long form, but you got to remember that people that are putting out one video that is highly edited, and I mean highly edited, every like let's say 2 to 3 weeks, it gets 1 million views. That's $3,000. They're making $4.5 grand a month, maybe 5. That ain't sustainable, brother. Because it takes hundreds of hours to make the content. $5,000 a month isn't worth it. Right? If you're going to be a full-time person doing content creation, you have to be making 10 grand a month minimum. Right? To cover everything that's overhead. Thank you, Billy. And I see the big red boy for Allied Cloud. Oh my God, it's $199 super chat. Oh my God. Whew. Oh my God. Help me out with the 1212 promo. It won't make sense to you, but it doesn't matter. What promo? Where is this at? Help me out with the 1212 promo. What is 1212? It won't make sense to y'all, but it doesn't matter. We got to get Daytona. Let's get away. Yeah, I'm waiting patiently. I'm excited to figure out what we're going to do. Very, very excited. Thank you, Alec Cloud. Appreciate you for a huge ass, fat, tasty super chat. I may not be able to eat delicious things on my diet, but luckily we got a fat, delicious, juicy, raw super chat that we can feast off of, because that puts us exactly at 600 out of 500 for Naked Snake, and the streak has been increased to 541 Naked Snakes in a row. Thank you, Mr. Ally Cloud. Appreciate it, brother. Does the mac and cheese have the crispy stuff on top? Oh. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you, Ally Cloud. I love you. I love you. All right. Thank you so much, Ally Cloud, for your love and your support. Thank you. Appreciate you. And always support me on and off the track as well. Shout out to them for being my sponsor in Phoenix and I believe Vegas as well. And ODA as well. And Timcast as well. Thank you. Ally Cloud. All right. Chati says, in absence of the spiritual center, humans will fill the void left behind with anything. Self-activism, politics, all easily subject to radicalization. Yeah. Activism is the new social contagion, and it's going to be a long-standing one. Social media made this happen, unfortunately. Activism is the new thing. It's the new thing, just like goth was. It's getting bad. So thank you, Chati. I love you. And thank you, Ally Cloud. Thank you. Let's make music together. Allied Cloud, please send it on Twitter or X, sorry. Because I am not logged to my Instagram and I can't on my computer for whatever reason. Like, it kicked me off of it, and now I need something. I need like a double authenticator, and I don't know where my phone is anyway. So it's somewhere around here. Thank you, Allied Cloud. Crispy stuff. The Alex Jones video slaps, bro. It does. It is absolutely based. How do we just go back to actual goth? That's what I'm saying. I miss goth chicks. Come back in mass. I don't want activism chicks. I want goth chicks. Please help me out here. Okay, pizza then. Yes, I love pizza. I will be eating pizza probably the first day off my diet, which is 5 weeks from now. It's going to be exciting. Very exciting. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. I disagree, Mike. Completely disagree. How you doing, Christian Blue? Hope you're doing well, brother. Do you sauna after workouts? I do not. I would like to, but I do not. Thank you, Ally Cloud. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys getting us to Naked Snake again. 51 memberships today as well. Appreciate that. You guys are goated. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Duke just won the ACC. Oh, my God. Can you believe it? Can you feel it? I'm blown away. What's up, Raging D-Head? How you doing, brother? Oh, hi. Okay, it's, I'm missing something here. I don't watch sports. I watch Formula One. So I've been watching the living hell out of Formula One, and I'm so excited. I'm staying up tonight until 6 a.m. to watch the Formula One race. I would probably be awake anyway. So I'm very excited about that. Make sure you guys like the stream. We're almost to 500 likes. And thank you, Chai T. Appreciate you. Freaking Max. I'm a big Max Verstappen fan. I've been a Max Verstappen fan since his first win at oh God, where was it? It was when they went into the corner and Rosberg and Hamilton got into each other. It's like Japan. It might be Japan. I think it's Japan. I forget now. It's been a long time. But I was a big fan. And I've been a big fan ever since. And it probably helped when the controversy happened with him and Lewis Hamilton, his first championship. Because I don't like Lewis Hamilton very much. Never really have. I was always a big Alonso guy. And then yeah, something about Hamilton like showing up to races in overt, silly like designer clothing just makes me like, yeah, I can't relate to that. I can relate to the guy showing up in a t-shirt and sneakers though. That's probably doesn't have much to do with it, but I'm just saying. Always kind of seemed a little pretentious. That might just be the British thing though. Anyways, thank you, Cloud. Looking for your DM. I used to watch a lot of college football back in the day. So thank you, mate. So leave me alone. Love Kimmy. Kimmy would I was a big Kimmy fan. When he won in 2018 USA, dude, I was screaming. So I love Kimmy. But he's gone now. So I went to Max. Max is my full-time I'm a full-time Max fan now. I never understood sports balls. I watched college football when I was younger. But I don't watch anything now. I don't watch any kind of like stick and ball stuff really. Unless like I'm at a party and it's on. And I'll enjoy it, you know. I enjoy watching close games, but I don't like ever search for it. So anyways, boys, appreciate you guys so much. Ally Cloud, let me know if you're gonna DM me tonight on the show, and if not, then that's cool too. I am gonna raid. My raid path is gonna be Cecil, obviously. I'm not doing that right now, but I'm just letting you guys know that we'll be moving over to the Cease here shortly. On because it's like his 8th stream of the day, so we gotta make sure we take care of. See, there it is. I'm assuming it's this one, but let me just make sure. Cecil. There it is. Yeah, that's it. All right, just making sure. So, I live in Norman, Oklahoma, where football reigns supreme. Well, I used to go to Twin Peaks by myself, like on Sundays, and get a couple wings and a couple claws, and they would always have some sport on. And I'd watch it. Yeah, I'll watch it. I love close games. I don't care what it is. It's exciting, but I just don't follow it. That is true, Paul McDermott. You are right about that, my friend. Very entertaining. All right, boys. You got a 5 on Rumble. Oh my God, I forgot about Rumble. I'm sorry. God, I'm such a bad person. Tiki the Mighty with a $5 Rumble rant says YouTube gave me an error, so have my money here instead. Thank you. I appreciate you. We also got 5 from K to the Swiss on Rumble. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, buddy, on Rumble. Thank you. We love us some Rumble over here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow me on Rumble if you're not. I would really like to get to 100,000 followers on Rumble. We're almost to 40. I didn't know you're streaming auto. Are you trying to be gay right now? Supreme pizza. I would eat any pizza and enjoy it right now. I can eat any pizza. I just know what I prefer, and I prefer some pepperoni, red pepper flakes, a lot of sauce, a lot of cheese, bro. Some what is it? Red peppers. Maybe a dollop of ricotta cheese. What's your EDC? What does that mean? What is an EDC? What's up, Runs with Phantoms? How you doing, brother? Make sure you guys like the stream, by the way, please. Thank you. Everyday carry. Ruger. Ooh. Doesn't it say on the side? LC9. LC9. Tiki the Mighty on Rumble said, the exact error message is you already own this item. What the hell does that even mean? You already own me. You do blood work often? I do blood work for physicals, yeah. What's your favorite? You know your favorite is pepperoni and pineapple. Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me? Costco's calzone's pretty good. I have not tried it. I would like to try it off my diet though. So, show and tell time. Can't show anything or do anything on stream with firearms. I can tell you what I carry though. You can show them in videos, not on streams. Estimated date of confinement. Now. All right. You can show. I don't think that's true, man. Yeah, I don't think it's true, man. I don't know. I don't think so. I will not be risking that. No siree. All right. Gun channels do it on live stream. Oof. Oh. Ooh. Let me Google it. Let's Google it. How about that? Can you show firearms on YouTube Live? No, you cannot show guns on YouTube Live if the stream includes someone holding, handling, or transporting a firearm. YouTube's policies prohibit live streamers that feature these actions and will also not allow content that shows how to manufacture firearms. Holding or handling is forbidden. Transporting, selling, and demonstrating use. So no. Pepperoni, jalapeno, black olive, pineapple. Is that a System of a Down song? Need therapy. Advertising causes me therapy. Advertising causes me therapy. Advertising causes. Beep. Oops. I excellent. You can see yourself right there. Look at that. All right, boys. I want to do Naked Snake and raid my boy Cease. I appreciate you guys. Mate, don't forget to send me that DM, Ally Cloud. Appreciate you. Love you. Thank you guys for everything you do for your boy. I think this is a very, very important and very informative, fun stream to talk about what's going on and kind of get down to the psychological aspects of why things happen and how they might be able to be prevented in the future. So, yes, shade fire, exactly. Oof, my head hurts. Got that headache, boys. All right. Big shout out to Ally Cloud for the giant, fat, delicious red boy. Appreciate you so much, boys. Thank you to Billy Hatcher for the red boy. Thank you to Charles Sammons for your pink boy. Thank you to Hayden for your pink boy. Eric, guys, all the orange boys. I see you guys here. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys for all your love and support. Let's do Naked Snake, and then we're going to log. If you've never seen Naked Snake, get prepared. Because get prepared to unsubscribe. Because it's going to be interesting. So let's do it now for the boys. Here we go. 541st Naked Snake in a row. Here we go. You guys ready? Here we go. Here we go. Just knocking shit over. You guys ready?
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill.
Chai tea?
I'm searching, I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart.
Here we go.
But you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for
Donna, Helena, in my time. There be nobody else. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Someday you'll go through the rain. Someday you feed on a tree frog. It's a trial to survive.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. You wild as hell, Steph. In my time, there be nobody else. Cry. It's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. 300. 541 in a row. Here we go. We did it, boys. One more time. Snake Eater has been achieved. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Go back up. You said about Friday. You texted me about what is next Friday? I'm forgetting what is next Friday. What is next Friday? I don't know what it means. I'm stupid. Tiki says, great suggestion, Stormfall 33. She loves this song. What's up, Tiki? How you doing, brother? Who's Stormfall 33? Appreciate you. Thank you. Cecil just started. Yeah, we're gonna raid the CC. It's gonna be fun. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Googling what is next Friday, and it says, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Google it. No, I'm not gonna Google it, but I just want to know what next Friday is. I know Karis is playing Halo next Friday, and I'm going to be on that. Yeah, I know that for sure. But I don't know if that's what we're talking about. If we are, then yes, I will be on Karis' show Friday, playing Halo 2 and wrecking some ass like I did last time. I wrecked some ass. I haven't played that game in years, and I wrecked him. Damn near killed him. Shane playing catch up. I was watching Christmas movie. Glad to hear you talking about Tim. I'm mutuals with most crew, and it's frightening to hear. I agree, Shane. I agree. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad everybody's safe. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, boys. We're gonna raid. We're gonna raid my boy, Cecil. We're gonna raid Cecil. Give him some love in there at Levistro, getting that ass right. Oh, you best believe, Levistro. You've seen it firsthand. All right. We're gonna raid Mr. Cecil says. Give him some love. Say cam raid in the chat when you do so. His shows are always fun. I always watch them. So get on it, doggone it. Have some fun there. And appreciate everybody that supported today. You guys are wild and crazy kids. Appreciate you guys. I'll be back, of course, Monday, maybe tomorrow, but I'll be back Monday for sure. With some more spice, some more guests. We're gonna have a good ass time. So I'm excited to see you guys there. So get the hell on it, doggone it. I'll see you guys over. Love you, appreciate you. Hell yeah, thank you, PS2 Chopper, for all your gifted memberships. Appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys over on Cecil Stream. Say cam raid in the chat. Hell yeah.